Hello artist. Today we're going to be studying a piece of artwork by an artist named Monet. We'll be creating some art based on his work that's entitled Water Lilies. And in this beautiful painting, we're going to start with a bridge taped across our paper. So we're just going to use tape so that when we paint our background, none of the paint will enter the areas where the tape is. So this is going to be a really neat bridge across our painting. And we're going to be filling the rest of the background with a lot of beautiful watercolors. But to start, we're going to begin by adding water lilies. And water lilies are flowers that kind of float on the surface of the water. And they've got lily pads. Lily pads are shaped kind of like a heart. You could do them a couple different ways. You could make them shaped like a Pac-Man, if you've ever played Pac-Man. They're almost round all the way across, and then they just have this little divot. So I want you to fill the bottom of your paper underneath the bridge with all different water lily leaves or lily pads. So I'm gonna fill up this whole area with a bunch of green lily pads. And I'm gonna color these all in as well. Before I do that though, I wanna show you how to draw a water lily. Water lilies are spiky flowers. So all you have to draw are some little scribbles or stripes or spikes on top of your lily pads. They could even maybe just be floating in the water. Maybe I have a water lily that's just right here in the center of the water. So I want you to work on filling your page underneath the bridge with lily pads and water lilies. So I colored in all of my lily pads and my lilies, and I added some above the bridge. These ones up here are smaller. They're not as big because they're far away. So we did some small ones up here. So this is gonna be all beautiful water behind here. I think it'd be nice to add some tall grass. If you ever go to a lake, usually there's some marshy grass around the edges. So I think it would be nice to add some of that along the bottom edge of our paper, so you can see where the shore is, where the land is. So the next step is going to be to paint our background with watercolors. So I'm going to take my watercolor paints and I'm going to use colors that would work for water. So I've got blues and blue greens and maybe even like a teeny bit of purple. So I'm gonna get lots of water on my brush, get my blue paint, and I'm just gonna start to paint my background. And the thing that'll make this most beautiful is if we use different colors. So I'm gonna use lots of different shades of blue as I go and paint my background. I'm even gonna paint right on top of my tape. You can go right on top of it, it won't hurt it. And we're gonna fill in the entire page.